Welcome to the God's Gems podcast show. I'm your lovely host, Amina Njoroge, and I want to just welcome you onto today's episode. I feel like if you are an entrepreneur or an aspiring entrepreneur, this is an episode that I believe wholeheartedly is going to bless you on today. So before we get into it, I need you to go ahead and invite a friend onto the broadcast. Go ahead and share this video, because I believe that somebody that you're connected to needs to hear this interview. This is a success story that I know is going to encourage you. And if you've been kind of sitting on that business idea, or you've been just afraid to step out, I believe that something is going to be said on today that's going to encourage you and give you some boldness, some confidence to go ahead and move on into that idea or that vision that God is giving you. So I want to welcome you on. And for those of you, if you're not already following us on social media, make sure you follow us on our YouTube page and on our Facebook page. And make sure you're keeping up with everything we have going on here on God's Gems. So I want to introduce our special guest, Dr. Yui Abraham. And he is an entrepreneur. He's an author, he's a strategist, a mentor, and so much more. And Dr. Yui, how are you today?
Thanks, Amina. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here today.
And I'm excited to have you. I'm very familiar with your story, your success story. And I just want to first say that I think that it takes boldness and courage to start any type of business, but then also to stay steady at it and be successful at it. But what I love about what you're doing is that you're not just all about yourself, but you help other entrepreneurs to become successful. And I think that within itself says a lot about your character. It shows that you're very humble,
right?
And you have a good heart. Because, we'll see a lot of people, they'll build multimillion-dollar businesses and then they just care about just themselves. But I love the way that you reach back, you help other people, you mentor, you coach, and you want to show them how they can get to a place of success, strategically and practical. So I love that. So I want us to first just start with, you have to share with us your success story. So I know that you came here to America with $100 and a suitcase.
Yes.
So you got to tell us, how did you go from that to now building this empire that you have, your successful multimillion-dollar business that you have, Vonza, which is your online business. And if my understanding, it's a AI.
It's a AI-based platform.
AI-based platform.
Yeah.
I mean, and AI is taking over.
It is.
So I love that. It's like everywhere we look, we see AI this, AI that, and it's just taking over. So go ahead and just share with us your success story.
So again, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yes.
I've been a fan of your work for a long time.
Thank you.
And you're doing this show and helping people, which is so amazing. So for the viewers out there, I'm Dr. Uyi Abraham. So I was born and raised in Nigeria. So I came to America a few years ago with just $100 and a suitcase. So I came in search of the American dream. My goal was to become a medical doctor. So growing up in Africa, at least in my time, if you're not a doctor, a lawyer, an engineer, you're considered a failure. So I was like, I don't want to be a failure. So I'm going to be a doctor to make the family proud. So but coming to America, I had some difficulties and challenges, that made it very, very hard for me to continue on that dream. So I eventually dropped out of the program and I just went to entrepreneurship and ministry, So things was really hard with $100 and a suitcase of clothes. I started doing jobs like everybody said you should do. But somewhere along the line, I just realized that the American dream was not in a 9-to-5 or in working a job, was in entrepreneurship. So I started learning entrepreneurship, open physical businesses. At one time I had a car dealership. At one time I had a, print shop, was doing taxes and all of that good stuff. But my eyes opened around 2010 that the future was online and was digital. So from there, I started transitioning from a physical brick and mortar business to now doing pretty much almost everything I do is 100% online. And that's where I really found financial freedom, success. And to come back to your story on how I got here. So when I found success for myself, right, I realized that I'll be selfish to keep the secrets I've learned to myself. So now I have to help other people to achieve financial success as well. So to do that, I did two things. One, as I was teaching people my secret formula to success, I found out that I was using so many different software to run my business online. It was hard, frustrating, and they didn't really talk to each other. And I was just really burned out. So out of that frustration, God really gave me the idea for Vonza, which is my software company, which is now AI powered, to help people to run their business online. Instead of using 12 different tools, they can do everything in one simple and powerful platform. And then when I launched Vonza, we've grown from 0 to 21,000 users, customers in about 5 years. And our last valuation was at $100 million. And I noticed too that, the software was there to help people to run their business online. But people were still reaching out to me. I'm like, Dr. Uyi, how do I create a course? How do I create a coaching program? How do I take my knowledge and package it in a format I can sell it? Right. So I knew people needed hands-on help. So that's why I said like coaching and mentorship, mentoring people, teaching them how to take their knowledge, passion, experience, package it into an online program that they can sell. And guess what? They have the platform, which is Vonza, to help them sell it. So over the years, we've helped thousands of people to create financial freedom online. From those who made their first $1,000 online to my program, I have people who've done $1 million in a month, $1 million in 7 months, 100,000, and everything in between. So it's just really amazing to see the impact that $100 and a suitcase is making in America and all over the world.
Oh my God. Yes. Like now that is a true success story. I just love that. I love seeing people come from like nothing to like doing something so great and amazing. Because I think when you see a story like your story, it really just lets you know that, okay, what is my excuse? Like you have to really evaluate your life and say, okay, if this person can do it, and you came from another country to here, and for those of us, we've been here our entire life and still are not making any making moves and not doing things that we know we should be doing. It's like, okay, you know what? I got to get off the couch,
right?
And I got to get out there and make this happen. So it just, if anything, it charges your faith. Now, I love the name Vonza.
Yes.
Can you tell us, where did that name come from? Like, is it something that like God just gave you that name, or does it come from something? And what is the meaning of Vonza? I love that name.
Thank you. Very good question, and I've still not really figured out what the name means, right? Okay. Because when I started the software, right, I had a different name entirely before.
Okay.
But I didn't like the name. I thought it was hard to remember. It wasn't fun or exciting. So I was just like brainstorming. In fact, I live in Atlanta. I actually came to Florida for a couple of days just to brainstorm and just chill and just kind of get some ideas. And I was just in bed one night and God just told me Vonza.
Okay.
I've never heard of that word before. It's not a combination of words. And I was like, okay, if it's Vonza, I want it to be a .com, right? It got to be available. And when I went online to GoDaddy, which is a software to buy domain names, I said it was available, but somebody else owned it and was selling it. And they wanted 5 figures for that domain name. Normally, domain that would cost about $12, $10, 5 figures for it. And I was like struggling. If I heard from God on Agassi, don't even negotiate, because I'm Nigerian. We negotiate everything, don't negotiate, just buy it. So I paid 5 figures for that domain name. So people have told me it means to be successful, to aspire for greater. There's something on Google somewhere. I don't even know. I still haven't checked yet. But it's a 5-letter word. I liked it. And, that's how the name came. So the short answer is that God gave me the word Vonza. I never heard of that word, and I still don't really know what it really means.
Wow. And that's amazing, because, that's one of the things about God. He will give us something and we don't even really understand like what it really is yet ourselves. But sometimes people, they'll see that you're running with the vision God is giving you, and they want to know, but sometimes it's like, I'm still really learning and understanding what this is God is giving me. And that's okay. So I just love that you say that, because I do believe that that happens to a lot of believers, where God will give you the name, give you a
Yes.
vision for something, and
Mhm.
people don't understand that you're still learning, because it's something God has called you to do. He's giving you that vision, and you're still like, you're walking it out. You're literally walking by faith and just kind
Yeah.
of getting an understanding of it, like one day and one step at a time.
Mhm.
So I love that you said that, because a lot of people try to act like, like, yeah, I know what it means. It came from here, it came from there. And,
Yeah.
but it's okay to say, you know what, God gave it to me, and this is just what it is. And I'm still, hey. So I love that. Now, I know that you do also have the Vonza Fest
Mhm.
events. Now, tell us about that, because I mean, when I see the events online, I'm like, wow, this looks like it. Y'all got it going on.
Right.
I love to just see, it's very attractive. And just tell us, like, when you're hosting the Vonza events, is it just for entrepreneurs only that you've worked with before? Or even if people, they're just interested, they want to know what Vonza is about, just tell us more about like what the purpose of the events are.
Yeah, so I do multiple events a year, right?
Okay.
The one you're referring to is Vonza Fest.
Mhm.
So we decided to, we just had one in Atlanta a few weeks ago, which was our very first one, actually. So the
Okay.
goal was to bring in entrepreneurs, coaches, and creators that were already using our platform,
Mhm.
and anybody that want to learn how to make money online to come to the event. So
Okay.
it's a 2 to 3 day event. We do it annually. And also, to an highlight of the event too, we also like honor and celebrate those who, through my coaching or using Vonza,
Wow.
have made 5, 6, 7, 8 figures online. And we give them like medals for those who make from $0 to $50,000, and
Mhm.
those who made at least 100 or more, they get a plaque. And it's just exciting, because
Wow.
entrepreneurs, they work so hard, right?
Mhm.
It takes a lot of heart and courage to go from an idea to actually launching something
Yes.
and making money with it, right? And
Mhm.
many times they don't get celebrated enough. So Vonza Fest is a festival where we teach, we inspire, and also we celebrate those who, are making income and impact at the same time. But I also have multiple other events as well, some online, some in person. The goal is to really empower. My mission is to help 1 million people to
Mhm.
create financial freedom online, right? So I do multiple things to try to help as many people as possible to achieve that goal.
Yes, I love that. And
Yeah.
I do agree. I do think that a lot of entrepreneurs, they don't get celebrated enough.
Yeah.
And it does take a lot of diligence
Yeah.
and a lot of push to go from, like you said, like from zero to making money off of it,
Yeah.
and just really like just pushing that idea like all the way through. So that's great. I love that you're celebrating their hard work and success, because I think there are a lot of entrepreneurs out there who feel like no one appreciates their hard work, or they
Mhm.
sometimes, because maybe they look like they have it going on,
Mhm.
people may look at them and think that they don't have days where
Mhm.
they feel like giving up and just don't want to keep going. So
Mhm.
like being in that kind of environment with
Environment.
what you
Yeah.
all are doing, it just kind of like gives you that encouragement, and you feel empowered, like, okay, to keep going. So that's amazing. That's beautiful what you're doing. And you said again that it is for people that you've worked with before, but it
Mhm.
is also open to people who
Anybody
are
can
interested
come.
in.
Yes.
Okay. So for those who are interested in wanting to connect with the event, how would they be able to register or, attend like the next event?
Yeah, so we have multiple events, right?
Mhm.
A good way is to really follow me on social media. 'Cause I
Okay.
post all my stuff on social media. And my name is hard for a lot of people to pronounce, but it's really simple. It's 3 words. UYI. When you put
Okay.
UYI Abraham, most likely I'll be out there. But also to have a website called thecoachceo.com.
Okay.
Coachceo.com. So I have a lot of my events there as well. And it's open to anybody to come, right? Whether you're already an expert, already
Mhm.
making digital income, or you just want to get started, you feel you have a knowledge, a passion, or a story to tell that will impact people. What I'm really good at is really helping that person package it to a way where it makes impact in lives of other people, but
Mhm.
also create financial freedom for them as well.
Awesome. I love it. I love it. Now, what are some of the biggest pushbacks that you get from people when it comes down to like online doing things online and AI. Because we still have people
Yeah.
out there that are very skeptical
Right.
about AI and doing things online. And like you
Uh-huh.
said in the beginning, it's the future. It's where
Right.
we're going. And I mean, I personally love it, but I
Yeah.
know there are still people out there that are just kind of skeptical. So just what are some of the biggest pushbacks that you get surrounding it, and just what is your response to that?
Yeah, very good question. Online is still new for,
Mhm.
if I may say, for the especially for the African American culture in terms of making money online. A
Mhm.
lot of people still feel like making money online is a scam, or it's not
Yes.
believable, or it's
Mhm.
hard. How would somebody make $1 million in a month? How is that possible?
Yes.
Because people usually just cannot come from or speak from their experience.
Right.
Let me tell you a quick story. My first goal in life, like really, really big goal, was to make $40,000 a year. I
Mhm.
was praying to God. I said, God, if you can help me to make $40,000 online in a year, I'll be like a big boss. I'll be eternally grateful. But why
Mhm.
was my goal $40,000 a year online? At the time I was working a job, I think I was making about $24,000 a year, about $2,000 a month. And
Mhm.
I was hanging around people who were making about the same. And maybe one or two people were making about $40,000 to $60,000 a year. So my dream was limited to the environment and the people I was
Mm.
hanging around. So in my mind, if I could double what I was making at that time online, 40,000 a year, I'll be super successful. Until I started investing in myself and being in different type of rooms where people were doing 40,000 a day, 40,000 a month, 40,000 an hour.
Wow.
And then I was like, oh, so that means there's more possible for me. And I started learning, right?
Mhm.
So we get pushback sometimes, but because people don't feel like people will just pay thousands of dollars to come for training or for mentorship or knowledge, or whatever the case should be, right? And even AI, especially church people, they still get
Oh,
scared of
yes,
AI.
they
The
are.
same way years ago, many pastors were saying that Facebook was the devil,
Mhm.
social media was evil. But
Yes.
now when COVID happened, many of them have to show their physical building. And
Mhm.
now they came online on Facebook
Yes.
to go live, right? So AI is amazing. AI would not replace humans completely, right? Because somebody still needs to tell AI what to do, right? But
Right.
AI will replace the jobs of people who don't know how to use AI to do their job better. So AI really just help you to do your work better, or to do your business better, or to get goals or dreams, whatever you want to do better. So I will say to anybody out there, don't be scared of AI. Don't be scared of digital income. You have a story or knowledge or a passion that somebody else needs for them to get to where they need to do. And if you share online, you'll be
Mhm.
surprised that there's somebody right there that your story, your message, or whatever you know how to do well is what somebody else need to
Yes.
get to their next level, right? We've seen people like one of my mentees, and she does craft, right?
Mhm.
When she first came to me, she was homeless, and like, oh, I'm like, okay, what do you have? That's somebody else we need. I know how to do craft. I honestly thought that, there's not much to that, right? But to cut the long story short, in 5 years, she's done about $25 million online,
Wow.
simply teaching and mentoring people on how to make money doing craft, right? So it doesn't matter what your knowledge is, you know how to cook, you know how to do podcasting like you're doing. For some people, they don't know where to start. They don't
Mhm.
have the confidence. They don't know where camera is, what light is, or how to interview guests, right? But but they'll pay you for your knowledge and your expertise and your help to
Mhm.
get over whatever it is they are, so that they can do or be where you need to do. So sometimes it's not just taking people from 0 to 20, sometimes just 0 to 1.
Yes.
And people will appreciate you and pay you for helping them go from 0 to 1.
Yes, I love that. I do agree with that, and I think like just even listening to what you just said,
Yeah.
sometimes we don't realize like the value of the knowledge and
Yes.
experience and expertise that we have.
Yeah.
Because like you said, like just taking someone from 0 to 1
Yeah.
is that's amazing. So yes, I love that, and I just love people who once they have the experience and have become successful at something, I love seeing them reach back and
Yes.
help and coach other people to get to that level. Because you have so many people that they look up to what you're doing. And I'm sure you have a lot of people that they see what you have going on. Cause like I said, when I'm seeing you online, I'm just like, wow, they got it going on. This looks amazing. So I love that, you have such a humble spirit, and your heart is already there, where you love to coach and mentor and help other people. So that's amazing. And I believe that more blessings will come into your life because of that. God looks at that. He doesn't bless us to keep our blessings to ourselves, but he wants us to be a blessing to other people. So I just love that. I'm just so hyped about how you coach and mentor others. I really love that. Now, for the aspiring entrepreneur out there that's listening, who they have this idea, they have a vision, but they're afraid to launch out into the deep, to go ahead and take that step. I want you to just encourage that person. Just what advice would you give to that aspiring entrepreneur?
Yeah, thank you for that question. So the very first thing they need to do, they need to invest in mentorship, right?
Okay.
Because what you don't know, you don't know. Right? And you cannot do what you don't know, because if you know, you would have done it already, right?
Yes.
So invest in someone who's already ahead of you in one way or the other. They've already been through the ropes, and they'll give you the blueprint, just make it easier for you, right? And that's what I did. When things were hard on top, I invested in mentorship and coaching. I into somebody to help me to go from where I was to where I am right now. Yes. So 1, invest in mentorship and coaching. 2, of course, give your vision or dreams to God. And 3, you just have to start, right? Like you said earlier, sometimes we undervalue our value. Yes. We feel like, oh, I just know how to cook, I just know how to dance, or whatever it is. What you know is what somebody else is struggling with. Your knowledge, your experiences, your expertise, right? So you need help, get a mentor, get a coach, and give it to God, and 3, just take action. And that's where a lot of people get paralyzed too. Yes. Right? They are so scared. What will people think? Or what about if I fail? Right? I have just spoke about my success, but also to have failed in multiple businesses as well. Right? Success is a byproduct of failures. The more you fail, the more successful you'll be. Right? So don't be afraid to start. Right? Put yourself out there on social media. Gone in the days where you need a lot of money to launch a business. Right? Maybe go get a loan, get a building, and do signage. Now you just go online. Social media is free, right? But you still need help. Invest in somebody who can help you take what God has given to you and share with the masses and get paid for it.
Yes, I agree. And I feel that having a mentor is important. Shout out to my mentor, Dr. Kishma George. She definitely is a powerhouse in media. She's successful with radio, TV, magazine, like everything. And like very early on, I connected with her, and she was such a blessing to me. And I think that a lot of people, they tend to, they have a lot of pride and ego. So instead of asking someone to help them who's already successful and doing what they're trying to do, they just, oh no, I want to, because we don't have to learn in trial and error.
Right.
Okay. If someone has been doing something for the last 10, 20, 30 years and they're successful at it, and they're willing to coach you or mentor you, why not take the easy way? Because you will save 10 years of failure off of your life just by simply getting a mentor.
Yes.
So I'm all for the easy way. I don't want to struggle if I don't have to, and I feel like that's what you gain by having a mentor, having a coach. You get to just eliminate unnecessary failure, because, we are going to experience some type of failure, or, we're going to make mistakes. But like when you have someone coaching you and mentoring you, like you can just cut out a lot of just unnecessary things. You can just go straight to, doing what needs to be done, because that person is already experienced, the losses and failure. And they're going to show you, like, you don't have to experience what I experienced. I'm going to show you here's the blueprint. So I love that. Now I know that you do have something coming up in November.
Yes.
Tell us about that. I know you have something you're going to be doing here in Miami. So share with us more about that.
Yes, so we're having what we call a mastermind. So mastermind is not a conference, it's a smaller meeting, usually 20 to 30 people in a more intimate environment. So I'm doing a mastermind here in Miami. So I rented a mansion and I'm going to be getting like a yacht and having a
Yes.
pool party, all of that good stuff, right? So the goal is just to get about 20 to 30 really amazing people together. So it's
Mhm.
going to be 3 days of teaching, coaching, networking, and fun, and also to helping them build their business as well. And for
Yes.
anybody that will be interested, we still got some space as of this time of recording.
Mhm.
Anybody that will be interested, they can just send me a message on Facebook, Uyi Abraham, or our website, thecoachceo.com, and we'll be able to help them. So it's not just to come to Miami for 3 days, but it's also the real thing is to help them build their business online. And not just online, but also to come in person for 3 days of training, but also to we're going to help them build their business online. So it doesn't matter what niche you in or your passion, right? We've helped people in many, many niches, So we'd love to have some people. We have about 10 space out of this time of recording. So
Okay.
just shoot me an email or just go to our website, thecoachceo.com/Miami, and get your slot.
Okay. So listen, y'all, get connected to this amazing man of God. I just believe that, that just sounds exciting. I'm talking
Yeah.
about a yacht, a mansion, like that.
Food,
Yes,
everything, pool
that's
party.
exciting. Yes, that's exciting. And they're able to do it by going onto the website. They
Yes.
can register.
Yes, thecoachceo.com/Miami, or they can just find me on Facebook, Instagram, uyiabraham.com, Uyi Abraham, and just send me a message on Facebook or Instagram. Yeah. It's amazing. And let me say one more thing. One of the reasons I'm doing this in 2021, I came to Miami for a mansion mastermind. I invested $10,000 to come to a mastermind for 2 days, right?
Wow.
And at that time, I was renting a townhome. It was a 3-level townhome. It was nice in Atlanta. I came to that mastermind in February, but by April, by the knowledge, the exposure, the information, and everything that happened to me, in 3 months, I was able to buy my first $1 million home, right? And my income scaled so much because there's something that happens to you where you're in an environment that makes things possible for you. So the knowledge, the networking, the information, the experience was so great. So this year I was like, I want to do something for people, that helped me. This was my personal experience too. I want to create the same for others too, so they can get the same thing I got and hopefully get the same kind of results I got or even better. So it's really, really, really important for me. And I'm hope that a lot of people will come and get the same experience as well.
Awesome. Yes. And I hope that is going to be a success as well, because again, what you're doing is great. Like just teaching and mentoring and helping people. I just love it. Now, let our audience know how they can follow you on social media, all of your social media handles, because I know you talked about like your personal Facebook and all of that, but I do believe you have like your Vonza handles as well, so that they can just know how to connect with you in all angles online.
Yeah, so thank you so much. So there are 2 main ways. One, go to vonza.com. And also 2, we give a 14-day free trial. So you can start out for 14 days for free, see if you like it or not, so that's a good way. But on social media, all social media is Uyi Abraham. If you put my name on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, my profile will come up and I'll be happy to connect with them.
Awesome. So, Dr. Uyi, I want to thank you for your time. I mean, this was just an amazing interview. I mean, you shared so much. And just before we close out, just share with us just some final words of wisdom that you just want to leave with our audience, especially our entrepreneurs out there. Just final words that's on your heart.
Yeah, so thank you so much for having me. It's been a fantastic, fantastic interview. Maybe somebody watching right now, I just want to speak to you directly that God has a big plan and purpose for your life, right? And you can do incredible things if you just believe in yourself. Many times we're waiting on people to give us the permission to do what God has put in our hearts, but it doesn't work like that. I've always told my clients, if you take the first step, God will help you take the next step, right? But the most difficult step is always the first step. Don't feel overwhelmed. Don't feel like I got to do 10 things and try to figure it out. Don't try to figure out anything. Just know what's that first step you need to take, right? And once you take that first step towards your dream or your goals or your vision, you'll be surprised that God is already waiting for you on the other side to help you take the second or the third steps, right? God gave every one of us gifts, talents, and passion. But many times we're waiting for somebody or permission to do that. I'm hoping today that this podcast episode become your permission to step out in full towards all that God have called you to do. Because God never calls any one of us alone. There are people, culture, nations that are connected to your yes. And when you say yes to what God is calling you to do, you are also empowering other people to say yes to what God is calling them to do as well, right? Don't devalue your value. You are valuable. Write that book, start that podcast, start that business, do something you've never done before. Because if you don't, nothing will change. So I know that's a lot, but to keep it really succinct, just go for your goals and your dreams. That's what I did. I didn't let nothing or nobody stop me. And today now, because of my yes, is really imparted so many different people. And I desire the same for everyone watching this. Then finally, make sure you subscribe to this podcast because Amina is a new Oprah of our generation. And so make sure you subscribe because this podcast is going places and I'm excited to be on our couch today.
Amen. Yes. Thank you so much for that, Dr. Yui. And you I know you are a blessing to the audience, but you are also a huge blessing to me. And this has been very inspiring for me as well. So I want to thank you all for tuning in onto this episode on God's Gems podcast show. And again, I'm your lovely host, Minister Amina Njoroge. And I know that something was said on today that empowered you and encouraged you. And I'll see you all next time, and you all be blessed.